workout. So I have to stop talking if I do this. So my feet's not touching the ground. Concentrate, sit on the ball, and concentrate on trying to keep as still as possible. Okay, so I'm getting a bit of a hamstring workout there because I'm hugging my knees against the ball to try and keep still. And you get the balance when you really contract the core. So that's one of the secrets of balance is good core. Okay, so try and hold it like this for a minute, just to find the equilibrium. And also another thing is you have to sit tall. As soon as you're, in the beginning, at least for me, I have to sit tall. So as soon as I slump, game over. And from here, I'm going to try and wiggle from one side to another side. And this I do for 1 minute. Can't talk and do this. You try it. Say something to somebody. Don't touch the floor. And you actually, the more you practice this, the better you get. You actually get to a point where you can stand up from the ball. And then it gets pretty exciting. But I mean, you have to practice. Almost a minute. Keep going. Don't lose it. So that's side to side. That's pretty hard. Okay, the next thing is we're going to do ab crunches on the ball. Now, if you don't have a ball, you can do exactly the same, but in boat pose. And you can actually have it on a chair where you're not lifting anything and you just literally almost do raise everything off, and you're doing the same thing. And instead of moving your bum from one side to the other, you touched your hand from one side to the other. That's an excellent workout. Okay, so crunches, just normal crunches. Slide down on your back, on your lower back. So I'm going to push it up a little bit. So I'm kind of like on my lower back. So my arms are here behind my head. I'm just have my fingertips, and I'm just going to crunch, little crunches, little crunches. Teeny tiny little ones. And every time I go up, squeeze out the air, but I let my abs squeeze out the air. So instead of like normal crunches going, where it's actually, I let my abs squeeze that air out. One minute. Maybe a little bit more. Just keep it there. If this is too easy, extend your hands, and it adds more weight. Ooh, yeah, I can feel that. Ooh, it feels good. A little bit more. Come on. 5 seconds. Now, one of the big things, you can sit back down. One of the good things that you should actually do before you do one of these workouts, or you can do this before you do any other workouts, is go for a walk. Like a very quick walk, get your heart rate up. I'm sweating. I just did a bit of a cycle on a static bike. So that is the good workout that I did to get my heart rate up. And then I prefer to stretch a little bit and do this. Next thing, I'm going to roll over, right? Have my feet on the ball, and then stand on plank, and then I'm going to pull the ball in. So it's not on my feet actually, it's on my shins, otherwise I lose the ball. But you kind of get the feeling, and it's balancing plus. So let me see if I fit in. I fit in. Okay. A little bit more. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I'm just in plank, normal plank. push up. Spread your fingers wide and pull in. See that clock? Not losing the ball? Okay. You have no choice but to pull those abs in doing this. If you need to make adjustments, then make the adjustments. What is that clock like? A little bit more. This is a bit slower. And drop down. Now, if you don't have a ball, let me catch my breath. If you don't have a ball, you can actually, on a slippery surface, have a towel and you just pull your knees in, for instance. That's just another example that you can do. Okay. The other thing that we're going to do is the same. So we're going to hold plank, but this time I'm going to hold it and I'm just going to lift my arms up. Okay. Check out the clock. Let's go. 1 minute. Well, if I get the counting wrong, I'm sorry. We'll just do a little bit more training. Okay, further back. Yeah, it's a bit tricky, huh? Let's get everything in. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I'm holding plank. Actually, I'm going to slide it a little bit more back. There we go. So don't be on your upper legs, because then it's just too easy. I'm going to spread my knees a little bit so I hug the ball. And my arm. Other arm. So my arms are a little bit more, my hands are more in the center. This is the same we did in the beginning. And find equilibrium. And many times when I do this, I find after I did a couple of ab exercises, my equilibrium is better. And that's just proof that the equilibrium comes from having a good core, a strong core. And you'll notice that if you have an ache in your back, you're not going to be able to do it, and I recommend don't do it. But this is good training to actually get back into things. Okay, so holding a little bit more long, a little bit more, longer. And concentrate on that posture. Get a nice, beautiful posture, and focus on what your shoulders are doing. Like, try not to have them up, but nice and relaxed. I was out here in the beginning. Now it's a little bit easier. Okay, so since it's easier now, I'm going to try and do circles with my bum. To the back, to the side, to the front. They're a little bit wobbly, but in my head I'm doing perfect circles. Okay, other way around. To the right. I first went to the left. So another secret is I'm looking at the camera every now and then. I find it a lot easier to do it when I look in front of me. Sometimes doing this, you actually get this nice click in your back when the adjustment's happening. Oh, so obviously for me it's a lot easier going to one side than to the other side. Must be because I'm still recovering from a bum accident. No, I didn't fall. Okay, there we go. Now we're not done yet. Since we were working the core, and maybe, especially from the sideways movements, we might have adjusted something or not, okay? So that's exactly what we're going to do. So you're just going to spread your feet nice and wide, and you're just going to walk out. So my feet's planted on the floor, solid, knees are spread. My toes, I make sure they're in the same direction as my knees are, and I'm literally just pulling in and shoving my bum out, and I can feel, oh, there's a nice stretch going, and that's why I have the little injury there. Bum, lower back, all that area, and the other way around. Coming back in, straight back, and the other way around again. And again, the other way around. Okay, now we're going to go for a couple of vacuums. Now you have to be very careful when you do vacuums on the ball, because we have to have that natural curvature going in our lower back. So your neck's going to be raised a little bit. See if I can turn sideways a bit more. There we go. So my legs are raised. My neck, I'm not pinching it up, so I'm not doing an actual ab crunch, but I have that natural curvature going. You can see it. So I slide down just a little bit, and I have my hands just supporting my head so that I can open my neck and I can have my vertebrae. So I'm concentrating on pushing my head in the direction of my spine away from me. My feet are flexed, so my toes are showing up. There we go. You can see that. Okay. Feet are flexed, always flexed when we do vacuums. Come down a little bit. Breathe in. So I'm not crossing fingers, I'm just have the base of my hands on my head. Shoulders are down. Chest opening. Let the air run out. Don't drop down with your chest again, we're not doing abs. So my back's just resting. Breathe in again. Chest opening wide. Drop your jaw. Let the air flow out. And vacuum. You'll see I dropped down just a little bit because there was too much tension going on actually in the abdominal area. So I'm going to shove it back a little bit, see if I can show you from here. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, so feet flexed. And that means I'm actually digging my heels in there. My knees are hip width apart, and I'm kind of almost in a squat position, almost in a sitting position. But my bum is not, my pelvis is not up. So I'm releasing my pelvis completely and supporting my head with my hands. Breathe in again. And out. And vacuum. Another one. Vacuum. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, slide down. Don't thump down, but just slide down very gently. Now please, if you have never done ab vacuums, go check out my tutorial on your first vacuums. I have a link up here that I'll put for you guys. Check it out. If you're not used to doing vacuums, then skip straight to coming down, cross leg position, and just nice and comfortable. Make sure you have those bum cheeks out nice. And feet flexed, which means you're pulling your toes towards each other. So your feet will be resting on the outer edge, and that is actually a lot more comfortable. Sit like this. Sit up nice and tall. If you need a block, get a towel under your bum. If you can't sit up straight, then do not sit against the wall, for instance, but it is imperative that you sit up straight. Okay, chest is lifting, fingertips are pushing up towards my nose. Breathe in. Chest lifting, drop your jaw, vacuum. If you need to make any adjustments, then do so. Breathe in again. And drop your jaw. Vacuum. Breathe in and release. Now do this one only if you're a little bit advanced. So if you have trained the LPF method, then proceed with the following one. If you have not, then please stay down here. If you want to try it out, just move very, very slowly, okay? But I do recommend going through at least the initiation and level 1, because this is intermediate level, and you need very good back support for this one. Breathe in and drop your jaw. Vacuum. You probably saw there's something activated here, and yeah, that's not going to happen if you haven't gone through the whole process. And that's the actual transverse muscles, the beautiful muscles that rips up like that. Transverse muscles, they start activating. Let's go for the other side. One side is always a little bit weaker than the other one. Breathe in, expand your chest, drop your jaw, vacuum. Breathe in and out. Okay, let's do a couple of what I call Schwarzenegger vacuums, because that's actually what Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do when he was Mr. Universe. That was part of his training even after, when he had the gym, and that was stuff that he used to do. So it's literally just sitting on your knees, nice and comfortable, all the weight on your arms. I'll see if I can do it like from the side. So I start from here, and then I gradually move forward. Okay, breathe in, knees slightly separated, breathe out, vacuum. Breathe in. Okay, make sure your shoulders are down, because they do pull up. Your diaphragm is so strong that they actually pull your shoulders up, and you will notice it the more you actually practice the vacuums. And now I'm going to go a little bit forward. Breathe in and drop your jaw. Vacuum. Now, the thing about when you go forward is you can actually feel how you're getting that vacuum to go deeper. Why we're doing vacuums after the ab exercises? Because it stretches the ab muscles so they don't bulk out, to get those lean muscles, and also the elbow line starts pulling in tight, and the ab, the front abdominis rectus, they start pulling towards each other instead of bulging outwards and separating, causing big abs. Also, it narrows your waistline, looking gorgeous with that thin little waist and the back stretching up. Okay, now I'm going to go all forward and to the front. I'll show this one from the side. Breathe in and drop your jaw. Vacuum. You also saw that I extended my head. Let's do one more of those, because the reason you extend your head is because you're actually pulling on the diaphragm. So you're getting that extra little bit of extension in there. If it hurts, don't do it. Just stop. Just feel how it feels, because it is quite a big suction that you do there. Okay? And breathe in. Try it anyway. And out. And vacuum. And breathe out. And you're good to go.